Tesla and many other stocks have caved in today. Tesla is down $4.12. That's 1.57%, closed at 258.87. Post-market, we are down by a further 47 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So let's recap a little bit where we were. So we had a break of 261.83. This was a resistance that lasted for 4 days, and then we had a break. We had a nice break on Tuesday. We had stochastic over 60. This was a buy right there. Then yesterday, it was not too bad. It was not too bad. We still remained above 261.83. This was a little bit of a red candle, but we still made a higher low, but the highs were pretty much the same thing. This was not too bad. But today, this is completely different. So today, we have broken back under 261.83. This should have been your stop loss or just a little bit lower in order to get out of this bad trade. We did everything okay. We did everything that we had to do. We have followed our criteria. We had all of the positive criteria. But because of what happened on the 10-year bond, then things turned around a little bit. Let me go on the 1-hour chart. The first hour of the day was right here. Not too bad. This was an undecided candle, and then things started to go up when we heard that the CPI numbers for September were 0.4 instead of the 0.6 expected. So at that point in time, things were going good and we started to go up. But then apparently, and we are going to take a look at it in a few minutes, but then something happened with the 10-year bond and then all hell broke loose. So we had this big red candle boom that brought us down. I had personally put my stop loss a little bit lower than 261.83. And for that, I oftentimes go to the 1-hour chart to see where things should be at. And we already had the previous support at 260.25. So this is where I put my stop loss. And then I have been stopped out of this one. And now it's stabilizing a little bit at around 258. But if we look at the post-market, we could be going a little bit lower. And in terms of indicators on the 1-hour chart, we have lost stochastic over 60. Well, MACD, we had the breakover bearish quite a long time ago, relatively on Wednesday, yesterday. And everything else is pretty bearish. Let's go back on the daily chart. Yeah, we are officially outside of our bullish channel. So we were into this bullish channel right here. And now this is outside of our bullish channel. There's a little bit of a congestion zone at 255.23 up to 265.32. This is where we are right now. It would be hard to get back into Tesla unless we are going above 265.32, which is the upper resistance line of our congestion zone. And then by that time, we are going to get the earnings call next Wednesday. So by that time, might as well wait for it if you want to go long. If you want to go short, maybe there is going to be an opportunity. If economic data continue to plunge, then below 255.23 would be a nice short, but I would still wait for this bullish channel break also at the same time. And I would also wait for a horizontal resistance break after the bullish channel break. So effectively, I would wait for 252.33. This would be providing a better chance for a little bit of a short if you want to play it. But I'm not advising it per se because the earnings call is going to come next Wednesday and things are either going to go south or go north. And this is going to provide a bigger move next week than what we could be getting for now on for tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday of this year. Let's look at our indicators. So stochastic is now below 60. This is turning red. Things have not changed materially in terms of indicators. And as I said, we are into a congestion zone between 255.23 and 265.32. Yeah, let's look at the VIX a little bit. So the VIX started the day going down. So this was looking very good. If we switch on the 1-hour chart, we started going down at the open and then we had this big move up. This is what affected us. U.S. stocks ended lower on Thursday after weak demand for a $20 billion sale of 30-year U.S. Treasury bonds sent Treasury yields higher and dented demand for riskier assets. Stock investors have been sensitive to moves in the treasury market on concerns that higher yields will hurt customer lending, housing demand, and other interest rate sensitive parts of the economy. So there you go. This is what happened today. So it's okay. Let's just get our chips out and wait for a better opportunity. If we look at the 10-year bond, it is now up 3% after having gone down for 4 consecutive days. Let's take a look at some news. So here we have electric vehicle sales hit 7.9% of US market as Volvo, Mercedes, and Hyundai post sizable gains. So EV sales surged past 300,000 for the first time in the third quarter, nearly 50% increase over last year. So this is pretty impressive. 50% increase. What does that make you think? 50% increase. This is the rate of growth of Tesla. Tesla is growing at the same rate as the market. So this is good news for Tesla. They should not be losing too much market share in theory. If you look at the current market share, so we have Tesla currently at 50. It was a little bit higher. I think it was at 59 not too long ago, but they still have a commendable lead because if we look at the second automaker, we have Ford at 6%, we have Chevrolet at 5%, BMW at 4%, and then Volkswagen at 3%. So, Tesla is really ahead still. And if we look at the legacy automakers that are also selling gas cars, we see right here that BMW have a share of 15.6% of their cars are EVs. This is the benchmark for all of the ICE automakers. Kelley Blue Book mentions that the average EV is now $14,000 cheaper than a year ago in the US. This is fantastic. So margins are going to take a hit, but I think that market adoption is going to be a lot better. So we have Rivian that is down 0.21%, still on its upward bullish channel. So it's still maintaining this. So we are going to have to wait until we break this downward resistance to start thinking about buying back into it. It's fine. We can wait. Xpeng is going sideways. So Xpeng is still doing pretty good. Yes, the number is bad, 4.17%. But if we look in terms of the pattern, this is just going sideways. Also, NIO also going sideways. Nothing to see here. That's down 5.9%. This is what a congestion zone means. If you own a stock that is in a congestion zone, you should not care if it goes from 791 to 923 because this is the range it is in. It is normal that it fluctuates that much. So this is just par for the course. Apple has gone to the other side of the bearish channel. So look at this here. This was a pretty nice trade right here. We had the buy signal right here and then boom, this went up perfectly. And now it's perfectly stopping at the downward resistance. And who knows what is going to happen? It could be caving in. We'll see. We have still a good stochastics. So if it continues, there's a chance that it continues for a little bit longer. We still have stochastic over 60. So this was a really nice move. We look at Palantir. So Palantir is hanging tough. We are up 0.11%. So we are staying on our support. Support at 1778. The buyers are still there. So this is still in equilibrium between the buyers and sellers. The tug of war has not been decided. Maybe this is just a little bit of a pause before we start moving higher. Nvidia getting close to 479.22. So we have a little bit of weakening here on the stochastics. We'll see if we pause on the 479 or if we break through. Let's look at our indices. Okay, the indices are caving back in a little bit. So the Dow Jones is down 0.51%. If you look at this here, when I say that a move up without stochastic is not to be believed, this is looking exactly like this. This was going up, but there's no stochastic, so it's not to be believed too much. So this is why I always tell you before getting into a stock, you need to wait for stochastic over 60. And also you need a break of horizontal resistance. S&P 500, this is bouncing on support at 43.24. No stochastic. This was a nice move up on the 1 hour chart, but on the daily chart, there's no buy signal in here yet. NASDAQ Composite. So NASDAQ Composite, we still have stochastic over 60. We had the break on Wednesday, pretty much like Tesla. We had the break. This was a buy signal right here. It lasted for 1 day. It continued up a little bit, and now it's looking like it wants to cave in. It's still above support, so we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. Gold just going sideways after this move up, and silver down almost 1%. No stochastic again. This is not looking too good. Bitcoin is stabilizing on 26,517. No stochastic, so this is not looking good. XRP, we are maintaining ourselves above 47.7, but no stochastic, so this could be plunging if we break that 47 support. US dollar jumping back up quite dramatically. This is sad. This looked like this was going to go somewhere, but because of the US bonds, this is turning around. These things happen. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.